أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين. So welcome to Muslim Explorers Academy, our respected shuyukh, our respected guest, brother Nader is here, Alhamdulillah, and with him, our respected Sheikh Imam Faisal is also here, Alhamdulillah. So, Brother Nader Al Turk, he is Deputy Head Mission of Palestine. Actually, he's a spokesperson of Palestinian Embassy in Pakistan. And welcome, Brother Nader, to Muslim Explorers Academy. And with a very heavy heart and with a very heavy schedule, Brother Nader has given us his valuable timings. And we are very thankful to him because we know that what's the situation is he dealing with nowadays, because his own family is in Gaza right now. And may Allah bless whole Ummah. May Allah bless the people of Gaza. And may Allah unite Muslim Ummah. So before starting our session, before taking our respectable guest, I would like to request my student Yashveen to please recite few ayat from Quran, and then we'll proceed, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب لتفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولتعلن علوا كبيرا فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا ثم رددنا لكم الكرة عليهم وأمددناكم بأموال وبنين وجعلناكم أكثر نفيرا إن أحسنتم لأنفسكم وإن أسأتم فلها فإذا جاء وعد الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوهكم وليدخلوا المسجد كما دخلوه أول مرة وليتبروا ما علوا تتبيرا عسى ربكم أن يرحمكم وإن عدتم عدنا وجعلنا جهنم للكافرين حصيرا. And we warn the children of Israel in the scripture, you will certainly cause corruption in the land twice, and you will become extremely arrogant. When the first of the two warnings would come to pass, we would send against you some of our servants of great might, who would ravage your homes. This would be a warning fulfilled. Then, after your repentance, we would give you the upper hand over them and aid you with the wealth and offspring, causing you to outnumber them. If you act rightly, it is for your own good, but if you do wrong, it is to your own loss. And when the second warning would come to pass, your enemies would be left to totally disgrace you and enter the place of worship as they entered it the first time, and utterly destroy whatever would fall into their hands. Perhaps your Lord will have mercy on you if you repent, but if you return to sin, we will return to punishment. And we have made a hell permanent confinement to the disbelievers.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to welcome our esteemed guest and our honorable friend of the Muslim community here, Mr. Nadir Al-Turk. And I'll be also joining in the session and helping ask questions or to help benefit from our time together. We pray that Allah bless us all. And may Allah reward all of the participants who are gathered here because of their love of Islam and their love of Allah. And we as one ummah, we want to stand together for this important cause, which is a cause for Islam and the ummah of Islam. And it's not a Palestinian cause or an Arab cause. It's a cause for all Muslims in every place, in every land. So thank you again to our esteemed guest, Mr. Turk. And we would like to give you the floor, inshallah, if you'd like to share. I know this has been a very, very difficult and trying time. And I think everybody here wants to know what they can do to help the situation, and maybe you can give us your perspective on how we as an ummah can stand with Palestine and to help in this very, very difficult time.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
First of all, thanks a lot for organizing this Zoom meeting to speak to all of you, to the young generation of Pakistani brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, to share the vision of Palestine, the statement of Palestine, the situation, sadly, in Palestine, which need the support from all of you to having better situation soon, inshallah. I'm so sorry for couldn't attend yesterday your Zoom meeting. I'm request to be late this night because I hope you understand my situation that I involved in many interviews and meetings keep my time occupied for mostly all the day. So I'm so sorry again for this issue. I like to share some thing how is right now situation in Palestine, especially in Gaza. 7 of the months, some of our armed people make actually what we can make it. This is like miracle, mujiza, what they are do by succeed to cross one of the most secure and defended borders in the world. The stage there, it is almost 20 or 30 meters concrete under the ground. Over the ground, they have electronic sage, which is connected with operation room. If any animal, any bird, close to it 100 meter close, directly automatic fire machine open fire and kill that bird or that animal. Imagine when you are speaking about 1,500 armed Palestinian people get in with their own personal weapon, with their own jeeps, with their own bikes, and enter this area and do what they was planned to do, attack more than 11 Israelis army camps, full by soldiers, full by tanks, full by weapons. Mostly it is American weapons. And they attack more than 20 Israeli settlements. Some of it is 20 kilometers far away from Gaza borders, and stay there for more than 7 hours and come back safely to Gaza Strip. Before the Israelis could do anything for their army, can do any reaction of this action, they killed many of Israeli soldiers, some armed settlers, hostage more than 250 Israeli soldiers, many of them are high ranks, and come back with all of that safety to Gaza Strip. Americans support Israelis with more than $3 billion every year as as aid for their army, for their weapons, for their army technology to be used to defend themselves and become stronger. This since many years. With that, they couldn't defend themselves against small amount of Palestinian armed people, attack them during the daylight, not on the night, and they come back safely again together. This is actually what has happened in the 7th of the month. Is damage destroyed the image of Israelis as a superpower country in the region. This image damaged once forever, which means that Israelis' reactions right now become looking for only revenge by killing more and more civilians, more and more Palestinians, people, children, women, damage more than 50% of the buildings, homes in Gaza Strip, which means that more than 1.5 million right now of Palestinian people live in Gaza Strip. They are homeless without any homes to use it. And they try to rebuild their image as a superpower country by the flesh and blood of Palestinian children, Palestinian women. What actually this is? What is this? The real story? What's happening right now? Crimes against humanity, crimes, war crimes against the Palestinians by the Israelis, only to rebuild their own image as a superpower country by our people, flesh and blood, our civilian people. Actually, they're only targeting civilians. They didn't target until now maybe a minimum of armed Palestinian people, but they couldn't actually destroy their power. They didn't even succeed to end launching of rockets and missiles against Israelis areas, which mean until now they didn't achieve what there was mentioned in the media and their statement. They're going to destroy the armed groups in Gaza once forever. Until now, they can do nothing. They only kill more and more civilians. More than 70% of them are children and women.
Mr.
This
Took,
actually,
yeah, question here. The way I'm here in the West in the media, they're presenting it as if the Palestinians are the aggressors and the Israelis are innocent people that weren't doing anything. They were just, minding their own business. And here comes these Palestinians that are harming them for no reason other than that they're Jewish. Can you
we
can you
also
speak? Can you explain, what has happened in the last 80 years to the Palestinian people? What are they trying to stand up for? What are their grievances?
let's see, when the Israelis attacked Gaza in 2008, 2009, they killed and injured thousands of Palestinians for no reason, for nothing. When they attack Palestinians in attack Gaza again in 2012, attack Gaza again 2014, attack Gaza again 2019, attack Gaza again 2021, and right now they have the first time the Palestinians taking actions, not a reaction, is this first time. They try to mention fake news that the Palestinians armed people, when they attack the Israeli settlements, actually they're rabid ladies and cut the heads of 40 elephant children, Israeli children.
President
And
Biden spread this rumor.
yes, I
Unfortunately,
complete this.
yeah,
And
said
Mr.
that
Biden directly catch this word from the mouth of Mr. Netanyahu and start take it an official statement against the Palestinian. And he said that he can't imagine what kind of terror when they are attack innocent people. Later on, he was need to say sorry, pardon, I make a mistake. I couldn't check if it is this true or fake before I mentioned that in my official statement. And the Speaker of the White House was need to explain the situation and say there is no evidence that any Israeli's infant child was killed during this attack by the Palestinian armed people. This was his
so. There's
first mistake.
a lot of propaganda
But
against.
the problem, this video was watched by more than 27 million from the Western countries, and many of them still follow this fake statement, this fake news, and they didn't update their information, their knowledge by the mistake what has happened and resolve the mistake which has happened. They still follow some of the steps, but some of them is diplomat and still repeat the same fake story as it is fact. Because actually most of the Western countries, people are victim of the Western countries media, which is
Yes,
try to publish fake news, supporting blind the Israelis, marketing their ideas, their statements, their lies as facts on the ground. When anyone have a small mind, have a time for think once or twice how it is happening. Yeah, imagine how become there is armed people cross borders of enemy, attack army camps, attack armed settlers, and they have time to do what they are asked, or speak about it. And actually, the armed Palestinians are publishing many videos present how they was dealing with the ladies, how they was dealing with the children, how they was playing with their enemies' children, and they take care of them, didn't attack any of them. And one of the Israeli settlers mentioned in her interview that one of the armed Palestinian people, when he come inside her home, he found her with her old mother in the house, and he saw some banana on the kitchen, and he looked at it and asked her, can I have your permission to eat one? And she said, okay, you can eat. Which means even he didn't touch a banana without getting permission from the owner of the banana, when all the land actually is stolen from Palestinian, which is owned for us. So this means that all of the news which we are seeing in the media, I'm not supporting Hamas, not supporting what is happening and what is happening in the ground, but actually the attitude of the people when they was involved in armed situation and kind of battle against one of the strongest army in the region. His attitude according to Islam, according to the orders of Muhammad والسلام, which is very clear. Don't cut a tree, don't kill a woman, don't kill a child, don't kill an old man, okay? And this is how Messenger Muhammad والسلام, learn us how as Muslim to deal when we are in battle against our enemies, okay? So how I don't know from where it came these stories. Later on was the second mistake of Mr. Biden when he was visiting Israelis to face solidarity and support for the Israelis. He said it was one day after the Israelis attack against the Ahli Arabi Ma'amadani hospital in Gaza City. And he said, oh, I know it is not you, but it is the other team who is attacked the hospital. Yani he again repeat the same mistake.
these were 500 innocent sick people that were killed by a very powerful weapon,
150
very
of
very
injured.
powerful weapon. Yeah. That was
Most of
clearly
them
from the
are children
Israelis.
and women. Yes. So again and again, the Americans, British, Germans, all or most of the Western countries follow the fake news published by the Israelis blindly. I can't understand how they are actually uh, can uh, can defend themselves in this attitude when they are using fake news against Palestinian people and try to use it against our image.
Sir,
This
so
is one
are
the
they
issue, but this is actually
committing?
this was the start of the story. The start of the story why the Palestinians mention or address this battle under the name flood or Aqsa flood, because this, according to their statement, that Israelis settlers, Israelis leaders, daily attack Aqsa Masjid, and they have a plan. Sooner, not later, going to be a bear on the ground that they are planning to damage Aqsa Masjid and change it to become a Jewish temple only for the Jew, which means they will end once forever Qibla Awal, Beit al-Muqaddas, and we go to rebuild the fake, which is no evidence actually it was appearing in that area, the Temple of Sulaiman. And here I like to go a little bit for the history that it was, in 1929, it was clashes between Palestinians, Muslim, and Jew. It was named in that time El Buraq, which is right now is our name it Thieves will
Western
the
Wall,
willing wall. Well, actually, it is the Buraq wall. It is part of Aqsa Masjid. And that time it was, they sent the British request international community to come to study the facts on the ground, to find evidence if the Jew have the right of that wall or not. This in 1930, that community. And after the few, they are discuss with all the parties, and they looking for all the evidence, all the document. They came out with a statement that the Jew don't have any right of this wall. This wall, it is completely owned for Muslim, and it need to keep on as under the control of Muslim. If this is about the wall, imagine about Aqsa Masjid itself,
yes.
which
So,
means their propaganda, their fake news, which is supported by many countries. It is actually against the facts on the ground, against the realities, against the history, against even the word of Allah Himself. Okay?
mhm,
So no one can understand how long we are going to be victims of this double standard and this Western media, which is blindly support any lies, Israelis lies, and
yes.
ignoring the facts on the ground, and just close their eyes and repeat blindly, stupid way the propaganda of Israelis, which is completely lies.
Sir,
What
so
is right
there's a
now?
genocide, the genocide that's happening now in Gaza. They've even bombed a church, I think, yesterday, and still the Western countries are
2 days
supporting, are
before.
part of
By
this
the way,
genocide.
this is church, it is more than 1,000 years old. And according to what I read in the media, it is one of maybe the third oldest Christian church in the world, which means they are even care about the humanity, history, their own supporters, holy places. Yeah, we speak about Western countries, all of it are Christian. So when you speak about Christian, we speak about churches, their holy places. When they are not care about their own supporters, holy places, You think they're going to care about Muslims, children, Muslim mosque, Muslim
Right.
masjids, Muslim holy places, Muslim lives? This is the question. It needs to be answered by Israelis and with Western countries. What we are
What are
facing
the
right now
Muslim
in Gaza,
countries? What are the Muslim countries doing to help? Have any of the Muslim countries done anything to support Palestine in this difficult time? Are they diplomatically or
I will go for this question, brother, if you don't mind. But I want to explain small things. What we are seeing right now, not only genocide, we are saying there is collective punishment because the Israelis, since more than 2 weeks, block the supply of food, water, electricity, fuel, gas, and medical supply, medical equipments. Because Gaza, it is one of the Palestinian territories under Israeli occupation since 1967. According to that, they are control all our borders, even the sea. And the only borders are not under their control is the southern area, which is having borders with Egypt. Egyptian leadership was in cooperation with Muslim Ummah and some friendly countries, and some of it are actually support the two sides, support by media, support by political position, by military power, military supply, the Israelis. But for humanitarian supplies, they are supporting the Palestinians. Okay, so many of this humanitarian supply arrived to Egypt. Hundreds of trucks are waiting on the borders to send this supply to Palestinians. The Israelis warned the Egyptians since the early time of this battle that if any of this trucks cross the Gaza borders, we're going to attack it with our air force. Okay,
so
which
they're trying
means
to
they
and
block the supply, and they don't like to create any other way to help the Palestinians there. We have many hospitals right now out of service because they don't have any medical equipments to use it for make a treatment or operation for the injured people there. Even there is no electricity. They are using 24 hours the diesels or generators, which is need fuel, and they don't have any more fuel. So they are using right now many of that hospitals use mobile flashlight to make operation in the corridors because there is no enough space to make operation in the operation room. Operation room full of cases, and they can't do what they can. They are start making operation even of the corridors of the hospital without any kind of safety, without any kind of using anything against germs or any which means that the life of the patient actually in danger because it is an open area. Okay.
no sterile equipment.
Yes,
Is
this
Pakistan
something else. Even the doctors right now, they are in position. He need to choose which patient he need to take care of it because limited resources of medical supply. And if the case is in very dangerous situation and it is he's not sure his treatment with it going to give it opportunity to live, okay, he ignore it and going for the patient he feel that when he give it urgent treatment is going to be survive, which means they are right now actually don't have the opportunity to giving equal care for all the patients because the limited resources, need him to make this hard choice, which is against his belief, against his swear of to take care of all the patient, but actually he don't have any things to do between his hands because the Israelis closer, the Israelis collective punishment make him under pressure to take this serious and dangerous decisions against his own beliefs. Imagine what kind of situation our doctors, our medical teams are facing right now. And with that, the Israelis keep attack hospitals, schools, and even ambulance, which is going to take the patient from the attacks areas. They are actually attacked by the Israelis. And
I think
this
the
actually
number,
all
a lot of
rules. This is a
a lot
crime.
of
This is war
journalists as
crimes.
well. A lot of journalists, a lot of people reporting. Are they deliberately targeting journalists so they can hide the news from the world?
At least 17 journalists was killed during this, since the 7th of the month until now. Even with our, wear the vest and the or homelet of which is mentioned in our press. Okay, even they are targeting by the Israelis because Israelis are targeting every Palestinian things, human, child, woman, old man, houses, buildings, streets, even the stones, holy places, everything is there. It is targeting by the Israelis. They try to damage everything. This leads us for the second things. What's the plan for Gaza? What is the Israelis' plan for Gaza? They order the Palestinians, people who are living in north of Gaza Strip, by force. You need to leave your homes. You need to transfer yourself, shift yourself to south areas of Gaza Strip to be safe. On the other hand, we speak about 1.1 million. And we speak about hospitals there have very dangerous situation. Everything need to be empty to be damaged by the Israelis. If this is not collective punishment, what we can name it? If this is not the crimes against, if this is what war crimes, what we can name it? This is not the only issue. They only order them to go to southern areas to get safety and stability. Actually, they are still attack the southern area and even attack the people from north area in their way to the southern area. And there was order them to do that with 24 hours. I don't know what kind of power, what kind of country can shift 1.1 million in 24 hours from this area to other area.
Yes, and many of these people are already refugees, correct? They're already refugees from their own towns and places that have been stolen by the Zionists. Is that
More
correct?
than 70% brother, of Gaza people are refugees. More than 70% of Gaza Strip people are refugees. So this is the first step. Second step, according to what's published in the media and by statement by Israeli official, that the second step is transfer all Gaza people, all Gaza Strip people to be transferred from Gaza Strip to Egyptian borders, to become, which means speak about 2.2 million Palestinian civilians need to be transferred from their own homes, their own properties in Gaza, to become refugees for the second time in their life since 1948, to be shifted in Egypt. This leads us for the third things. If they succeed in transfer people of Gaza out of Gaza, which they are actually said that is going to be for temporarily time until they killed all the armed Palestinian people. and Hamas and Jihad Islami, damage all of them for once forever. This is what they are to have a free military zone to damage everything. So this lead us for the third step by the Israeli vision, which was published in some international media and in some social media, that the Israelis plan actually in the third step to damage Gaza Strip completely by technical non-clear weapons, okay, through Jadam bombs, to be damaged completely all Gaza Strip, which mean when they are mentioned, this is going to be shift of will of Gaza from Gaza to Egypt, going to be temporarily, actually it's going to be forever, which mean the people of Gaza will not have the opportunity to come back to Gaza because there is no Gaza anymore. There is no Gaza Strip. This is the Israeli plan.
So, sir, they're blaming the victim. Can you talk about how the Israelis blame the victims? They make the victim look like they're an aggressor. And then they justify dehumanizing the Palestinian people because the people think that the Palestinian people don't value innocent life. Can you talk about how they dehumanize the Palestinians, and what can we do? How can we?
Yes, Jew usually when they are speak about Holocaust, they are speak that there was a victim of the Nazi, victim of Hitler, victim of the intelligence department of Hitler, and they was become a victim, killed by millions by the Nazis during the Second War. And during that time, the propaganda of Nazi against the Jew, they mention them and name them rats. Of course, just to make the Nazi army, when they kill the Jew, don't feel any guilty because he only kill rats, not kill a human being. The Israelis defense minister, in an official statement in the TV, he going and say, proud, with all full courage and open air, okay, with all the international society, that Palestinians in Gaza actually are not human, they are animals human, which means the victim of Nazi using the same words of Nazi against the Palestinians, which means we are right now facing a new Nazi, a new apartheid system, a new Nazi, using the same words, using the same actions against humanity, crimes against humanity. What was happened by the Nazi against the Jew and many minorities in Europe was war crimes. It was crimes against humanity. What Israelis right now, as a victims, as a Jew, a victim of Nazi, actually, they have the same attitudes, okay? They have the same propaganda, the same speech, the same statement against the Palestinians, which mean we are facing right now a new Nazi system, a new apartheid system, a new crimes, new criminals against humanity. And on the other hand, what we are see from the international community, especially America, USA, United States of America leaders, leaders of Great Britain, leaders of Germany, leaders of many Western countries, they said this Israelis have the full right of defense. This is the only defense themselves. So if Nazi was defense himself when he was killing the Jew,
It only applies in one. It doesn't apply to
this
the
is crime
Palestinian.
and this is crime. This equally crime.
Don't have-
Nazi against Yahud, attitude against Yahud, acts against Jew was crimes. And what we are facing right now by the Jew against the Palestinians is crimes. So we don't need to have double standard. There is one standard for all to deal with all humans. All humans actually are son and daughter of Adam and Eve. All of us as humans are brother and sister in humanity. All of us have equal rights to live in peace and stability. whatever your nationality, whatever your religion, whatever your color, whatever your language, whatever your ethnic group, you have equal rights like all the humans being, because you are a human being. So what is facing right now? It is actually against international law, against international human law. It is against the principle of human rights, and it is actually they are defending and supporting the killer against the victim. They are supporting the crimes against humanity in cool blood. And they were speaking still right now with you. They are killing many Palestinian children. They told, oh, but the Palestinians killed 40 Israeli children, and still repeat the same fake news, the same lies to defend the Israelis' action against and crimes against humanity. What we face in Gaza right now, it is actually crimes against humanity. It is genocide. It is ethnic cleansing. It is war crimes, and this need us as a human being, hand by hand, cooperate together strongly to end this madness once forever, and giving opportunity for wise people to create a solution of this Israeli's madness, this Israeli's crimes against humanity. This need to be end. The end double standards, which is used by Eastern countries, it need to be end. They need to understand that all humans are equal. All humans have the right to have peace and better future. Not these principles, not selected for nations and ignoring other nations. This is for the standards for all human beings. This needs to be understood by all the international community, by all the Western countries, which are blindly support the Israelis in their crimes against humanity. We are waiting to see what is going to be happened.
What can we do? What can the young people do? Especially, we have here with us a lot of students of Islam. What can they do to be supporters of the Palestinian, the Muslims, our brothers and sisters? How can they?
Before I speak about young generations from Muslim Ummah, I need to speak about democracy. When I see many of European countries, Americans, people going in the street against the Israeli crimes against Palestinian people, and I see hundreds of thousands on the street against their own government propaganda and blind support to Israeli crimes against humanity in Gaza and in Palestine, I feel sad. Because the people are in the street in favor of Palestine, supporting Palestinians as a human. On the other hand, their leaders are going to visit Israelis in Tel Aviv to show their solidarity and their full support for Israelis in their crimes against Palestinians, and they said this is self-defense. I don't know or can't understand what kind of democracy we are speaking when you are not representing your own people and you are representing the lies of second country.
Yes,
The Americans send the statements.
But the people, Muslims here, there are a good number of Muslims in the West. But how can they spread the truth? What is it? What do you recommend? Is it social media? Should they use Facebook? Should they call their representatives in Congress?
The rules of Facebook is making limited right of raise your voice, get the free of speech. Okay, actually, the rules of Facebook, it is against the human rights principles, because it is not free of speaks. All you are free to speak, even if you are speaking about killing. If you are killing Muslim, killing non-Jew, you are free to speak of that. But if you are speaking in favor of Palestine, actually they're going to block your website, your page. This is the issue, but that's not what I'm going to speak about it. Actually, Mr. Blinken, when he go and visit Israelis, He mentioned his speak very dangerous statement. I didn't came to you as a foreign minister of United States of America. I came to you as a Jew. I think he getting the right answer by Mr. Sisi, the president of Egypt, when he told him the Jew never face any apartheid, there was not suffering of any kind of double standard in Egypt, in Arab countries or in Muslim countries. There was actually victim of European countries, especially in Spain. When you speak about Al-Andalus, what is happening after Al-Andalus, which means that actually when you come to here and said that you came as a Jew, you give a wrong statement, because Jew never suffering in our countries. They're suffering in your own countries.
Yes.
Then thinking change his words because he become shy and under pressure and said, no, I came as a human being. This is the first thing which you see how their attitude, how they change the fact on the ground. No one targeting Jew because they are Jew. Our enemies are not Jewish people. The Jewish are one like Muslim, like Christians, like others, believer of Allah. They have their own religion which we respected. And as a Muslim, we need to believe in Allah. All his messengers include Moses, Jesus, and all, which means we need to believe in Jewish as a religion, like we believe in Islam. We need to believe in Christians as a religion, like we believe in Islam, because we are believe in Allah, believe in his messengers of Allah, include the Jewish messengers came to the Jew, and messengers came for the Christians. We need to believe in all the holy books of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our belief as Muslim. So as a Muslim, we don't have any problem with the Jew. Our problem actually is with Zionism, with apartheid, with occupation.
Ethnocentrism.
Okay, this is our enemy. Jew are not our enemy. Jew are like Muslim, like Christian, have respect and love from our side. The only problem is only against Zionism as a political apartheid Nazi system, try to create crimes against the humanity, occupy the other people homeland, try to damage the holy places for Muslim and Christians on the name of, I don't know, for sure it is not in the name of Allah, because Allah principles in all the religions is peace and safety for all human beings. So this is to be clear. When Mr. Biden came to Israelis, he was proud and he mentioned, I came to you as an old Zionist. I came to you as an old Zionist. I came to express my solidarity and the full support of United States of America forever. Which means he giving a green light to the Israelis to kill more and more Palestinians in cold blood without getting any reaction, without become guilty, without anyone in the international community can ask them what you are doing, because actually they are killing only animals, humans, okay, according to the speech of the Israelis, like the Nazi speech about the Jews themselves. This is the things need to keep it in mind when you are speak about the situation. And when I speak about support, when you see all the support, the blind support, the British Prime Minister came to them, and Mr. Netanyahu was not like to kiss him when he tried to kiss him, because he is Indian, which means he is not believe in Allah, because then according to that he is najasa. I don't know how they are support them. Actually, I can't understand how they thinking actually. So this is something else. This is not my issue. We respect all the nations, respect all the countries, respect all the belief, even who not believe in Allah, we respect him as a human being. This is not our problem. This is not the issue. The issue actually, Americans sent two of their airplane carrier to the Mediterranean Sea to be sure that Israelis are secure. I don't know from what. Okay. They open the storehouse, military storehouse for Israelis to take whatever they need, not only in Israelis areas, but even in Western in European countries. It is all open for the Jew, for the Zionists to take whatever they need to kill more Palestinians.
I think they said
Not only
$100 billion he asked for to help the
yes,
Zionists. My
yes.
question is why are the Christian supporting Zionism when Christian and Muslims are closer to the Christians? We believe in Jesus. We
I
believe in
will
one
go
God.
for this. I will transfer this question actually for 3 minutes before I answer this. What is the issue? The British sent many of their warships, okay, to defend and secure Israelis. Again, I don't know from what. If Palestinians are a superpower, our armed people, Palestinian armed people become a superpower, superpower can need all this, warships and airplane carrier, okay, to support Israelis. I don't know, is this support the image of Israelis as a superpower country in the region, and or it is become look like it is a very weak and very minor country without the defense of superpower countries. It is nothing, can be damaged like this. This the question not for me. This is a question for the Israel, not for you, not for Muslim Ummah. This question actually for the Israelis themselves. Is this image what you need to be look like, that you are weak and you need your mother, your father to come and support you against small armed groups? And this is the image. I don't
لا
know how
يقال
you are marketing by the Americans themselves that you can not only secure yourself, not only defend yourself, but no, you can secure and defend all the region. If you can't secure yourself against 1,500 armed people, how you can secure the region? How you can deal as agent or as a policeman for the Americans in the region to defend the country there? I don't know from what actually. Okay, just one thing else. This is not the issue. The issue again, what we are when we call, you asked me before about Muslim Ummah support to Palestine and Aqsa Masjid and for situation in Gaza right now. We appreciate all Muslim countries support, all their effort and time they give to support Palestinian people, all their hard work for the Palestinian people. But we ask them one question. When you compare your support and solidarity with Palestinian, you feel that you support equal to the crimes, Israeli crimes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, against Palestinian people in Gaza and West Bank. When you compare the actions on the ground with your support, is it equal? Is it enough? This question for Muslim Ummah. Second question with Muslim Ummah. Israelis are a non-clear country, have the most modern and most strongest weapons, American weapons and European weapons, include F-35, which I think none of the countries in the region have the right to own it until now. Only the Israelis own it. With that, the Americans and British send their warships and their airplane carriers to support Israelis, and they give them an open budget for military aids for free to support themselves and open all their army storehouse, okay, to support them. When you compare this kind of support for this superpower country in the region by the American and British and the Western countries, you compare it with Muslim Ummah support for the Palestinian, You feel it is equal to that support and it is enough?
Yeah,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
it seems to
Allah,
me that ideologically now Zionism is being exposed. People are seeing the truth. They thought that Zionism was just helping poor Jews that are victims, but now they're realizing that Zionism is a racial supremacy
brother,
apartheid.
I'm optimistic, but
Yeah.
again and again, in 2021, the people going in the street in favor of Palestine against the Israeli crimes against the humanity in Gaza. But later on, again, the media, the propaganda of media work hard to change their mind, make brainwash for them. And in the first few days of this attack against Gaza, the people was silenced again and was following the Israeli propaganda, the Israelis' lies, that they are a victim and the Palestinians are the killer. They are superheroes and the Palestinians are a terror. Okay? Which means we can't just stand and wait the reaction of the Western countries' people because they are under pressure, under brainwash 24 hours, 7 days a week by
Yes.
the
Can I,
Western media. Western media.
Mr.
Actually, we are not only suffering from Western media, not suffering from double standard, not suffering from occupation. Israelis actually they are armed not only with the Americans' weapons. Israelis armed with silence of the international society by the support of the Western countries' governments and leaders, by the American veto, by the Americans and Western countries media channels and media resources. They are support by all of that against the Palestinians. And
is
the question,
Jewish blood?
are we as a Palestinians alone in our duty to defend Aqsa Masjid, Beit al-Muqaddas, which is not only for us, it is for all Muslim Ummah? We was a blessing by Allah Himself, subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be the first circle to defend Aqsa Masjid. Okay, to make it safe, make it secure, not damaged, not replaced by Jewish temple. But is this the Palestinians' only battle? Are we
Can I?
going to be
Yeah.
supporting from others, brothers and sisters, Muslim Ummah around the world? Again and again, did you feel that you support for Palestine cause, for Palestine's suffering, for Palestine battle for freedom and independence, when you are, and for keeping and defending Aqsa Masjid, you feel it is enough? If you feel it is enough and you're satisfied, I don't have anything to say. I just a question. I don't wait for answer from you and me. This question for all Muslim Ummah. This is
Yes.
open question for everyone.
One
Again,
last
this
question.
leads us for the young generation. Again, this leads us for young generation. I like to share a story about young child. Israelis explorers go to the middle of Africa to explore the jungles there, what does they have for natural resources, all that thing. They found African child almost were nothing. And they asked the translator to ask him, what your dream? What is your life dream? He said, to be Shaheed in Aqsa Masjid. This is his dream. That African child in the middle of nowhere in the jungle of middle of Africa. Then this exploring team mentioned, report directly to their headquarters in Tel Aviv, Israel in danger. So Israel is going to be forever in danger. As long as we are a bear on the ground, Muslim Ummah a bear on the ground, and there is freedoms fighters looking for getting freedom and independence, okay, in Palestine, looking for a dream to getting a state, independent state of Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital, looking for getting the right of return for Palestinian refugees to their own homeland, which was transferred from it by force in 1948, according to Resolution 194. Israelis get, as I mentioned before, more than 3 million of military aid by the Americans only. I don't mention the Arabian countries and the economical support, financial support. I only speak about many, military aid. With that, they are not feel safe. So I hope so. They are become understand the lesson and understand that as long as you are looking for more weapons, for building more walls between you and Palestinians, as more as that you are looking for normalized relationship with all the world and ignoring the people are next to you, the real owners of the land of Palestine, and not looking to getting peace between you and them, you will never feel safe. Right now, maybe they are trying to damage Gaza and Gaza people, but is this going to make them safe again? If they kill all the Palestinians in Palestine, which is around 5 to 7 million, they will feel safe. Still other 7 million Palestinians living around the world. And if they kill all the Palestinians, they forget there is Muslim and Arabs Ummah more than 1.5 billion, they will feel safe. This is a question. What we are looking for is not more circle of violence, not more circles of blood. We are looking for peace and stability. This is our right. We are looking for peace and stability, not for us, for all the peoples in our region, for all the peoples, all the nations around the world. This is what are we looking for as a Palestinian. And I think this is the message of Islam, not only our message as a Palestinian. This is the message of Allah in all the religions. So the question for the Israelis, do you think when you kill many Palestinians, you're getting peace? When you are getting more and more weapons from Americans, you will get peace? When you're getting hundreds of billions of military aid from Americans, you're going to be having peace and security and stability? I think your experience for the last decades, since 1948 until now, this is lead you for nowhere. The only way to get security, peace, and stability is creating peace with Palestinian, accept their right to have their own independent state on the land of Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital, accept and obey their right of return to their own, for Palestinian refugees according to 194 resolution, accept and obey that human being, there are human beings have equal rights that all the nations, accept and obey the international law, accept and obey the international humanitarian law, accept and obey the principle of human rights. This is the only way to getting peace and stability, not only for Israelis, for any nation around the world. Getting more power, getting more power isn't mean you are safe. Getting more power isn't mean that you are safe. Getting more military isn't mean that you are safe. This is the issue. This is right now what we are waiting for the young generation from our Muslim Ummah. Don't forget that Aqsa Masjid, it is not belong for the Palestinians only. It is belong for all Muslim Ummah. Follow the vision of Qa'id A'zam, Muhammad Ali Janah, when how he's have vision of supporting Palestine and Palestinians. Don't forget his principles and his vision, how to deal with Palestine and how to deal with Israelis. Don't forget that. Try as young generation to follow this great funder, may Allah bless his soul, of Pakistan, and how he create his own vision and his principle to this. Keep in mind that a human being, when he died, he liked to be buried in his own homeland. He liked to be buried among his own people and his family and his dears. But when Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar died in London, okay, when he was one of the fighters to get Pakistan independence, he requested as last wasiyah to be buried in Palestine in Aqsa Masjid, which means the Muslim Pakistani especially love Palestine. He loved his own country, but he loved Palestine more. So keep your love to Palestine, to Aqsa Masjid, and Aqsa Masjid pure and strong as it need to be. Because without that, we will never get Aqsa Masjid free. We will never get the opportunity to pray in Aqsa Masjid. We don't need to have a double nationality to go to Aqsa Masjid to pray. We need to be, as Muslim, have the right to have Aqsa Masjid free and have the opportunity to pray there, okay, freely and safe, enjoying safety and have connections with Allah Himself by our deep and deep beliefs and strong belief. This is what I like to have from our. Yani yesterday, one of my friends, Pakistani friends, shared with me the photo of his daughter. She's 3.5 years. She said, "I condemn and refuse and I'm against the Israelis' attitude, criminal attitude against the Palestinian. I stand up with Palestine and stand up with Palestinians, especially in Gaza and that what they are facing." I was really feel optimistic and full by hope when I see 3.5 years young girl getting this vision and proud to be supporter for Palestinians, not feeling shy of that. It's like some of the Western countries when they are doing these things. Really, what we are waiting from our young generation, from Muslim Ummah, believe in one thing: strength, military power is not what going to make you stronger. What you going to make you stronger, your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your courage to face what you need to face with whatever going to be the price you're going to pay. Because our real life is not this life. Our real life is the second life. This life is only a test for us if we are going to behave good or bad. If we are going to have good, we deserve to go to Jannah, to paradise. If we are behave bad, we're going to hell. And whatever we have, whatever we reach in this life, isn't matter if we are not working hard for the next life. Next life is going to sky, and the only way to sky actually it is Aqsa Masjid. Because if there is other way to sky, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He giving blessed our messenger Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam in Isra and Mi'raj, why he take his messenger from Mecca to Aqsa Masjid? Why he didn't send him directly from the sky from Mecca? Which mean the road to the sky, the road to the heaven, the road to paradise came through Aqsa Masjid. This is my message for the young generation. Please keep it in mind and work hard for it. And one day soon, inshallah, we have the opportunity to pray safely, freely in the independence and free Aqsa Masjid.
Jazakallah khairan, Mr. Turk. We have some questions for you. If you can give us 5 or 10 more minutes.
Please, my pleasure.
I just want to highlight some of the points you made before we finish. You spoke about how the Palestinians are victims of propaganda, that the Palestinians are resisting the occupation, and that they do not target innocent civilians, and that whenever Palestinians are killed, they're looked at, they're dehumanized. There's genocide that's taking place, and whatever happened in the West Bank or in Gaza or in those areas, the Palestinians are not targeting the civilians in any way. So this is they call it in West when people are killed, they call it collateral damage. But when Muslims are involved in defending themselves, then they say that they're terrorists. So it's a media that is dehumanizing the Palestinian people.
Double standard in the media.
You spoke about how the Palestinians have a right to their homeland and that there's definitely a huge genocide happening. The Muslim countries should do more. We have to do more as Muslim Ummah to stand up for Palestine because it's our masjid. Masjid al-Aqsa is our masjid. We have to get together and defend it, and the people of Gaza are on the front lines. I spoke to Sister Aisha before this meeting, and I said that there's a hadith that there will be a time when the person who tamassak bideen, hold his religion, have 50 reward of shaheed, 50 shaheed from the Sahaba. And if you look at the pictures in Gaza today, how the mothers are holding their babies, some of them 8, 9, 10.
حديث القابض على دينه كالقابض على جمرة من النار. حديث
Yes.
القابض على دينه كالقابض على جمرة من النار, which means what he's strongly catch his religion, actually he's catch a piece of fire.
Yes, yes. And when we see these pictures in Gaza, your
It
family
is
is
not easy to keep on with your own principle as a Muslim, okay, according to Allah order, to be careful, be warmer, and with all the people, all the humans. It is not easy. You're going to pay the price for that.
Yes, yes. So we have some questions here, Mr. Aturk.
My pleasure, brother. My
What is
pleasure.
the strategy? What is the strategy to get the Palestinian government together to unite and to be strong? Is there a strategy on how they're trying to unite themselves?
The strategy واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا وتفرقوا فتذهب ريحكم. This is the strategy. This is Allah orders. We work hard as a Palestinian leadership, as Palestinian PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, to getting together as all the Palestinian political groups to be united, to be follow the same agenda, the same plan for make our country independent and free, getting freedom for our people. Actually, each time we have this happened, we are in the last moment. We couldn't reach towards our goal, which we are looking for. And the Israelis were satisfied for that issue because, on the one hand, this mentioned to our leadership that you are not representing the whole of Palestinians. So if you are negotiate with you and reach for a peace solution, then not all the Palestinians go to follow because they are not representing all the Palestinians. According to that, we are not negotiating since very long years with the Israelis. On the other hand, they mentioned that Hamas and who are ruling in Gaza are terror and they try to damage and destroy Israel. So no way to make peace with them because they are like to damage our country. So this is the balance that they are trying to do between between the legal leadership in Palestine in the West Bank, which is presented by His Excellency Mahmoud Abbas, and by our brother and sister in Hamas and Jihad Islami in Gaza, that they are not no way to deal with them. And in the other hand, they was facilitate every month for them about 30 million aid from our brother in Qatar for humanitarian and their budget. They see how with shaitan work to keep us divided only.
Yeah.
This is the Israelis' target. Keep us as Palestinians divided, not be united, because they know if we are united, we are stronger. If we are stronger, they need to getting on follow the international law, international resolution. We have more than 800 resolutions from the United Nations in favor of Palestine, more than 85 resolutions from Security Council of United Nations in favor of Palestine, and Israelis obey none and follow none, and none of it appear on the ground because Israelis feel that they are above the law, above the nations. This is the issue. So as long as we are divided, we will never getting or achieve our goals to getting our independent state, which is its capital. We need to be united. This is the request not only of our leadership, this is the request of Palestinian people. One day soon, inshallah, after this crisis, this tragedy end, we have the opportunity to sit together in one government, one leadership, to have Palestinian massive plan to get how to can deal together to reach to our independent state with Israel as capital, how we can facilitate the right of return for Palestinian refugees according to 194 resolution, and how we can build better future for our young generation, full of peace and stability, to have opportunity to be equal to other nations in better life and better future.
Sir, the question also is, how are other nations able to help Palestine become strong? There's other players like, Russia, China, Iran, or Qatar, and these countries. Are they helping? Are they able to help more and make Palestine stronger? What can they do?
Actually, they are helping, but the problem, we need more soft power, strong pressure over the Israelis, over the Americans, over the British, over the Germans, which are blindly support the Israelis, to obey the international resolution,
Can you
obey
explain
the rights
what
of
is
the
soft power?
Palestinians.
Some of our kids don't know what
I'm
soft
not,
power is. Can you
brother.
explain that?
I'm not here to ask for more war, more violence, more blood circles. What I'm looking for is peaceful way can be used. If we are use the strengths of our Muslim Ummah, the strengths of other friends around the world like Russia, China, other countries. And you see what is Venezuela do. The Venezuela, they are send the Colombia, Venezuela, Khamis. They are asked the Israelis ambassador to leave their country, is person non grata, and they ask their ambassadors there to come back their own country. This is something, but the main issue, we need to cooperate together as believer of peace and stability. It is right for all the humans. We need to cooperate together to make this creator of war and violence and blood circles, like Israelis, Americans, British, and all this lover of blood pools to swim in it, to be end. We need to put them under pressure to stop blindly support the Israelis, because actually what we are faced right now, it is result of the clogged political horizon. If the political horizon is open and we feel that peace process after 31 years with negotiation with Israelis and involved completely with the peace process, we reach nothing. This make us feel, there is young generation feel there is a clogged of political horizon, which means if there is opportunity to make our young generation believe that peace process can lead us for our rights, then there's no need to create more wars, more violence, and be involved with more victims and more killed people, innocent people, civilian people, to be damaged and buried under their own homes by the Israelis. This is what we are looking for. We are looking for peaceful solution without make anyone suffer. Following the international laws, international principles.
This question is very interesting. They said, how can we expect help from some of these countries when their governments are basically puppet governments for the West? How can we expect help from the Muslim countries when their governments are basically puppet governments for the West? So that's the question.
Democracy, brother. Democracy is the question, is the answer. More democracy, more freedom of speech, more independent media channels, more independent social media, more following of the principle of human rights, more obey and for the international laws, more obey for international humanitarian law, more freedom and more democracy. This is the only procedure for reach for safety and stability for all the nations. Democracy is the answer. When I mentioned before how become the leaders support Israelis in their crimes against humanity in Gaza, on the other hand, their people are in march by hundreds of thousands in the streets of their cities in favor of Palestine and against the Israeli crimes against humanity in Gaza, which means democracy isn't work. The leaders in one side and their people on one side. The leaders are not representing present really the vision and the principles of their own people, which mean they are only use democracy to be leaders. After that, they ignore the people who elect them to become their own leaders. This again and again, we need to have real democracy, and more freedom to speak.
Yes. Okay. So one more question, and inshallah, I don't want to keep you. I know you have a very busy schedule.
Okay, brother. You're welcome.
The question here, I think, and Sister Aisha, you can jump in too if you have. The question is Gaza basically the last barrier between the Zionists and Masjid al-Aqsa? Are they the last stand, like the Muslims that are standing, or do you?
Why to ask me? You can ask Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam himself. He said
Yes.
in hadith, لا تزال طائفة من أمتي على الحق ظاهرين لعدوهم قاهرين لا يضرهم من عاداهم. فقالوا وأين هم وأين هم ومن هم يا رسول الله؟ قال في بيت المقدس وفي أكناف بيت المقدس, which mean Gaza, it is in أكناف بيت المقدس, not in بيت المقدس.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
It is the meaning, as I will try to translate hadith, that is still group of people from my ummah going to, they are going to be strong, they will have the power to face their enemy, and they are not care of who is face them, how much is powerful, how much is strong, and they're going to be win in their battle. Okay, according to that, they ask Sahaba, Muhammad والسلام, where are they? Who are they? He said in Jerusalem and around Aqsa Masjid and Aqsa Masjid and around Aqsa Masjid. Gaza actually it is around Aqsa Masjid. It is not Aqsa Masjid. And we
Yes.
see few years before when the Israelis tried by force to change the facts on Aqsa Masjid by have electronic gates to allow whom they want to enter the Aqsa, to mosque, to pray, and who is not allowed, who was facing this battle for damage this plan, the young generation who are living around Aqsa Masjid, the people who are living in Jerusalem, which means it's not a battle for Gaza, this battle for all Palestinian, for all Muslim Ummah.
Jazakallah khairan. Sister Aisha, you have any other questions, or should we
Please,
bring the session to
she's
an
welcome, Sister Aisha.
end?
All of you are welcome. My pleasure, brother.
So
And I'm
Jazakallah.
so sorry to take you for late time for this getting this interesting and this nice gathering with a lovely brothers and sisters like you.
Alhamdulillah. So, brother Nader, there is a comment from Salim M. Qasem. that democracy is not the answer, Khilafah is the only answer?
Khilafah, it is kind of democracy. Okay, because if we are looking back on the history of our Muslim Ummah, there is Ahl al-Hal wal-Aqd. Ahl al-Hal wal-Aqd, it is a group of people have they are wise, have very good knowledge in Hadith and Quran, and according to that, the Khalifa is not ruling the country by himself. He ruling the country according to advices, according to the leads,
Surah.
opinion of Ahl al-Hal wal-Aqd, this wise people, which means this is kind of democracy. And actually, when you speak about democracy, the old democracy, which was creating in Western countries in the Greece, it is have the same. They have Ahl al-Hal wal-Aqd, okay, which is the parliament, okay, who are giving advices for the leader of the Lord, of the king, and he follow their different opinion and he choose the best of it. This is democracy. So again and again, Khilafah, it is not that different from democracy. It is our own way of democracy.
It could be
Yes.
it could be a path to changing in a positive way as well, right? It could be a mechanism. It doesn't have to be the end of everything. Perhaps we can bring more Islam through.
Let's go back. Go back to see how is democracy in Islam. When it was the battle of Al-Khandaq around Medina, when the Mecca Quraysh came with their armies, with their armed people to attack alayhi salatu wassalam, Muhammad and his followers in Medina. Okay? Rasul said, we will go out of Medina to face them and fight them. He get a question from Salman al-Farisi. Ya Nabi Allah, Messenger of Allah, with respect, is your opinion or Allah's opinion? Because if it is Allah's opinion, we don't have any right to discuss it. But he said, no, it is my own opinion. He said,
Yes.
if you are with your own opinion, so my advice to make a canal around Medina, it is named Al-Khandaq, okay? Trench around Medina, which make all the Muslims inside Medina Munawwara and their enemies outside of Medina Munawwara. They are not have the opportunity to come inside. Okay, which this is democracy. If the Messenger of Allah changed his mind under the request of someone else, he have more experience of battles of war, and follow his request and his opinion, and they make this plan appear on the ground against their enemy. So this is democracy. If this is not democracy, what we can name it?
Yes. There's another question, sir, about how can the people in Pakistan send aid to help Palestine? Is there any reliable channel or organization that they can use to help send their aid and help?
Actually, there is right now crisis department of Pakistan deal with this issue in cooperation with Pakistani Honorable Army, Pakistani Honorable Government. They are involved, I think so, the Pakistani Red Crescent.
Red Crescent.
Red Crescent. Yes, Red Crescent. They are involved in that issue. They are make a community to work, and the army airplane. They send aid. The first plane for a few days, and this is going to be one of many. So I think any donation going to be acceptable by them, and they will send it directly to Gaza people throughout Egypt.
Okay,
Inshallah.
Jazakumullah. So, Sheikh, Brother Suleiman wants to ask question.
Please.
Yes, Suleiman. You can unmute yourself, please.
نعم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Brother Amir, I have 2 points to talk about. One, where does the European countries and the Western uh, benefit from supporting Israel to kill the Palestinians? Where are they benefiting from it? And another point, uh, what if we call a peaceful ceasefire? Is that possible?
For your
Am I
first
clear?
question, actually, I can't understand it clearly.
His,
What you mean? Where is the European countries?
his question was, what benefit does the European and West get by supporting Israel? What benefit are they getting out of this?
Actually, you asked me the same question. I'm so sorry I didn't answer it. According to that, I will jump to the second question. After that, I will explain the first question. For the second question, about ceasefire. As long as the Israelis right now looking for revenge, only revenge, by targeting and killing more children, more civilians, Palestinian people are living in Gaza. And not only in Gaza, actually daily we have about 3 to 5 shaheed and about 10 to 15 injured Palestinian in West Bank. So Gaza. It is the main story, but there is other story in other place of Palestine, Palestinian land. So as long as the Israel is not under really pressure to end their madness, there is no ceasefire. As long as their plan is fail, there is no ceasefire. As long as they feel their government in danger, because right now their own people are going out in the street against their prime minister, against their government, because they told them you are only a failure. You can't defend us. You don't defend yourself. You can't defend our borders. According to God, what you are do? There is the people of the hostage, families of the hostage was 2 days before was around the office of the Israeli Prime Minister, told them where is our own children. Palestinians armed people was really wise when they release some of the hostage to giving message to the world that we keep them alive. We are not punish them. We are not make them suffering. They are peacefully. We take care of their life. That we take the life of ourselves. This I was think this message was strong from their side.
Yeah.
They know how to use their own principles against them. They give a message that we are not looking for kill. We are looking for getting only peace. Only looking for getting our rights as for our people. This was I think this message was understood by the Israelis because this gives them a hint, gives them a sign that the other hostages are still alive, which means the attack of Israelis against Gaza put the lives of their sons who are in prisoners or under the control of the Palestinians armed people. They put their lives in danger. If which according to that, they ask about their own children, which are between the Palestinians armed people hands. Opportunity to take lives, you are going to destroy this opportunity. So you need to work hard to bring our children, our young people alive to their families. So right now the Israelis government become
I
under
think we should
pressure
be careful.
by their own people.
These are prisoners of war.
This is
I think is a better term, prisoners of war, than hostage. And I think also they're not children. I think they're adults. Many of them were reservists.
many of them. I
Yeah.
mentioned before, brother, that many of them actually armed settlers, sergeants, and army people. Many of them have a high rank in the Israeli army. I don't say that there are some civilians. The civilians actually, they was they released one, and what I mentioned, maybe if you are seeing my Facebook, the Israelis actually, anyone above 18 years old, he is
Reservist.
part of
Reservist.
the Israelis army. Whatever, he is male or female. If he above 18 years, male or female, he need to be engaged in their army. One thing else, that one of the leaders in the establishing of their own state over our stolen homeland, he mentioned that the Israelis, the civilians, actually they are soldiers in holiday for 11 months, because he need to join the army for 1 month, which means he's a soldier, not a civilian, but he is in holiday for 11 months, which means they themselves, they believe they are soldiers, not civilians. But you have to try to follow the propaganda of the Western countries that they are civilians. So it is okay. We can do their propaganda.
Those settlements are illegal settlements. They're on illegal land. So, I mean, from my point of view, like we have here in the West, you have a right to defend your home. If somebody comes in your home, you have a right
Yes.
to defend your house. You can shoot them and you won't be accountable. You know, so they're making it as if Muslims invaded a
You
sovereign
take me
country.
back for the double standard again. Israelis, with support of the Americans and British and their media, they changed the facts of the international law. International law gives the right to the people who are under occupation to use all the resources between their hands, whatever the kind of these resources, to defend and getting free, to defend themselves, to enjoy, to be involved in battle for their freedom and independence, and free their country, free their land from the occupied power. By all the resources they have it between their hands.
Why,
But actually, the Israelis and Western media
why is
worked hard in the
it
last years to change these facts by making the fact, the attitude or the actions of freedom fighters as terror, and the attitude and the crimes created by power of occupation, it is right of self-defense. This is a double standard. We need to work hard together as Muslim Ummah to change it again, to follow the rules of the law, not following the image and the propaganda of the Israelis, the power of occupation.
Why are they putting the settlements, the kibbutzes with women and children in harm's way? They're sending those people there and putting them in the occupied land. So they're using them as human shields, you could say. They're using them to change the land, to Judaize the land. The land is Palestinian land. They're putting these people there in harm's way. So they're the ones to blame. Why are you sending your these building these settlements in a place that doesn't belong to you? That would be, I would say, I think that's very wrong what they're doing.
You know, when you are having the power, and you can use it in a free way without getting any punishment, then everything become legal. This is this is Israel's position, with the blind support by the Americans and other power countries in the international society. This is the issue. Like, that's why Israelis are act and attitude, they're above the law, so they can do anything without be sure they're going to be survive from any kind of punishment. Again, I will answer the question which is you and your honorable guest asked several times. Why the Christians countries supporting the Israelis?
Okay, one more question from Salim M. Qasim.
Okay, just sister, I will answer this question if you don't mind. I will come back to a meeting with media with Ronald Reagan in 19th time, when Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister of Britain. He was asked clearly, why you are supporting Israelis? He answered because when I support them, this make the time of Jesus to come back earlier, and then Jesus, he will come and kill the Jew. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know. This circle of madness going to lead us forward. Okay? This circle of madness going to lead us forward. Yani they are speaking about Armageddon Day, Armageddon War, which is speak actually with the same what is hadith, which I'm not sure it is right or wrong, on the name of Muhammad عليه الصلاة والسلام, that لا تقوم الساعة حتى ينطق الحجر والشجر ويقول يا عبد الله ورائي يهودي فاقتله. Okay?
The
I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it is actually it is similar. Okay,
it's
I
a
don't know. This came from the Christian to us. Okay, the same story that it is Armageddon. It is the same this hadith or what? Which mean, يعني, in the end, the Jew going to be the victim. Okay, they're going to be killed by Christians or by Muslim. I don't know what is the circle of blood. What our league try to lead us for it. This was a speech of Reagan, actually. So this are supporting them to become stronger, to be killed and settled by them later on when Jesus himself, alayhi salam, come back to earth. I don't know what this kind of madness they are trying to lead us for it. I can't understand it actually, because this is out of mind, out of the principle which I learned as a Muslim, that all the lives of any human being, it is a precious and important because it's created by Allah Himself. Again and again, we are not enemies. The Jew are not our enemies. Jew are a religion came from Allah Himself, like Islam, like Christian. We respect Moses alayhi salam, like we respect Isa alayhi salam, and all the messages of Allah. And we are believe their message came from Allah, like our message came to Muhammad alayhi salam came from Allah. And we need to respect all the religion. We need to believe in all the religion. We need to believe in all the message of Allah. This is the Islam message for all the human beings. This is what I believe. According to that, our enemy, not the Jew, our enemy actually is the Zionism, the apartheid system, the occupation, Israel's occupation. This is our real enemy. So we only have for all humans, all the nations, we share with them as a Palestinians, only love and respect, whatever their religion, whatever their nationality, whatever their color, whatever their ethnic group. We only share with humans being respect and love, and we are waiting from all of them to share same with us.
Thank you. Sister Aisha, you had one more question, or
Yeah,
did you have
it will be a last question from Salim M. Qasim. There are some more
Are you
questions.
sure it's going to be, sister, the last question?
No, no, no. This is last for your sake because we have actually taken so much time from both of you respected speakers. So Salim, please ask your question.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
Brother Nadir, what I actually want to say is that your correlation, your this answer regarding the democracy, and when you correlated with the Khandak war, that was not correct, because this Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam consulted with the people, and there is no, if for the specific command, if there is a specific command from the Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, there is no discussion at all, because we have to atiullah wa ati Rasul wal amri minkum. So there is a specific command in the Holy Quran, that it is the first verse, that is the 26th verse of Surah As-Sad. That is the Allah appointed Dawud Islam as the leader. How I just mentioned, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا داود إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض وحكم بين الناس بالحق ولا تتبع الهوى فيضلك عن سبيل الله إن الذين يضلون عن سبيل الله لهم عذاب شديد بما نسوا يوم الحساب. So the democracy is the hawa of the majority of the people, and in democracy they will never respect the haq which is come from Allah. So democracy is a creation from the Western science, and the Palestinian people now we are facing because of the wrong decision of the League of Nations and the wrong decisions of the UN General Assembly and wrong decision of the democratic countries. That is the actual problem faced by the Palestinians today. Even in this democratic world, how they cannot solve even a small issues related with the other countries. So how they can solve such a serious issue, such a serious problem like Palestinian issue with their system. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told, you hakumu bayna nas bil haq. That haq is from Allah, not from United Nations, not from US, not from Western countries, not from democracies. That is the thing. And these countries, they are not going to solve their problem. Only Allah can solve their problem.
I disagree with you something and agree with you something else, brother. I will not going to discuss your beliefs or your principles, but I need to explain one thing. When I speak about democracy isn't mean I need to discuss the Quran and making the rules of Quran under the rules of democracy. This is completely different, because I can't because the most wise in the world is Allah Himself, because He created everything. So His orders for sure is going to be cover all, and having justice and having mercy for all the humans, because it is orders of Allah, the creator of everything. So this is out of democracy. We can't discuss this issue. This is out of our knowledge, out of our power to be discussed, and this is not going to be under democracy. Democracy is going to dealing with other issues. Democracy going to rule your daily life, which is not clear according to the Allah order in Quran. You are speak about majority. So are you, as Muslim, we are doing our hard work to make the majority of a human being Muslims by our good attitude, by our good behavior, by following the rules and the principle of Allah, to make them feel that we are like Quran, walk on the ground, by looking to us by respect and love, and try to become like us and follow our own principles, which means this, on the other hand, making most of the humans being believe in Allah in according to Islam rules and orders, which means, other hand, you're going to make the majority to become Muslim or similar to Muslim rules and orders. This is something else. This is out of my hand as a diplomat, as a politician. This is not I'm not Maulana to discuss this issue. Okay, I'm only a politician, only deal with something else. My ways maybe vision, maybe it is different of others who is dealing with only religious issue. And I remember one thing as example, that maybe 30 years before, it was even rules and orders of Islam. They said what can be used in Europe and Western countries can be a little more fixable of what it is used in the Muslim countries, which mean even this, our Sheikh, our Maulana have ijtihad. in these issues of the orders of Islam according where they are living and where they are spend their life. This is the issue. It is out of my hand. I'm not going to discuss the religion, what is discussed. I only discuss the concept of democracy. The majority is rule, but doesn't mean that the majority is rule. We discuss even the Western democracy. We found the majority on the street in favor of Palestine. On the other hand, the minority who are leading the country, it is actually supporting the killer against the victim, which means there is no real democracy until now faced on the ground, which means that democracy, what you are speak about it, it is maybe the concept is the same word, the same, but the meaning is completely different. Other things to be clear, brother, more clear and more specific. Quran, it is very important, very holy book. We need to follow the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But on the other hand, we have other things for the Sharia. It is ijma' al-a'imma. I think you hear about that, which is when something is not clear and all of the scholars, all the who are specialized in Sharia decide that the rules of Islam can be understood in this way. When they are gathering together in one opinion, we need to follow it. We are satisfied with it or not. This is kind of democracy, I think so. Okay? When we are speak about ijtihad, okay, which means that the scholars, the fully educated in Sharia and Quran decide to study unknown cases in specific issues in Islam, their opinion become acceptable if the majority allowed it and accepted, which this is kind of democracy. This is a democracy what I speak about it, brother. Okay, how is the majority can rule in the favor and of the majority, the favor of Muslim Ummah, the favor of the humanity. This is what I mean when I speak about democracy. Democracy can be a solution if we are use it wisely and strongly in the right way in favor of the humanity, favor of our people. Thank you very much, brother. And I hope so that I explain clearly my opinion. And again, I will not going to discuss anyone principles or anyone beliefs, because each one have his own way how to understand the things around him. And I need to respect this. And I hope you are going to respect my opinion as I respect your own.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah.
Yes, Sheikh
Yes,
Imam Faisal.
Jazakallah khairan. You know, we have the shura, it's mentioned in the Quran, وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُم. And the Prophet
Yes.
said, as long as we agree on the foundations, you know, that the Quran and the Sunnah are the sources of our guidance, then there's areas where you have ijtihad, like the Sheikh, he mentioned. You know, there's going to be difference of views as well. You know, there's different approaches.
And we have ijma'. We have ijma'. It is one of the resources of fiqh and the sources of principle of Islam, how to judge some issues. Ijma' when they are well-educated in Sharia and Quran and Sunnah, the majority of them decide that this is how we understand it need to be the rules in this specific issue in religion. The majority agree of that. This has become ijma'. This means you need to follow it. And this is kind of democracy.
Yes, one of the issues that we face as a Muslim.
I try to use, you know, I maybe this make my brother and maybe others complicated, that I try to use new principles of old principles to make it, similars, but that doesn't mean it is going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, I think, brother, is one of the things that we need to do as a ummah is we don't have a united political leadership like we did when we had a khilafah. That makes some things difficult. We don't have a decision maker, a leader we need to have a leader. So I think that that's something that you have to, but realistically, how far are we if we cannot even unite our own, we have to work towards that as a long-term goal, I think. More so than immediately we have.
lead me for something else. I don't like to be involved in this issue, brother. Yani, as example, there is many Muslims group said that we can't make jihad before get Khalifa. We can't be involved in jihad without get Khalifa. If we are going to wait for Al-Mahdi al-Muntazir, they will lead us for nothing. We're going to spend our time waiting for, what is the name of, there is a very famous player, I think, in Western culture, waiting for Hugo, Hargo, Dargo, something like this. I don't remember the name of it. That all the time the people in this player waiting for someone. And all the play end, and that one didn't come. So we are not going to wait for Khalifa. We are not going to wait for Mahdi Muntazir. We are not going for Sufyani Muntazir. We are not waiting for a good leader and bad leader or blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is not how Islam is ruled, how Islam is act. Okay, this is, we need, as Muslim, we need to act each one by himself. When we go to Judgment Day for Yom Qiyamah, Allah going to ask us about our own behavior, okay? And will not ask us, you are was needed by this person or that person. Each one responsible of his own behavior, not waiting for other people, other person to lead him or order him to do that or don't do that. We are following Allah orders as Muslims.
The easy issue because difa, when you're defending your own home, there's no need to wait for Amir. This is agreement of all of our scholars. If you're defending your land, you're defending your home, whoever dies defending his wealth, his property, his wife, he's a shaheed. There's no need to wait for the order of an Amir to defend your home. I think the question is like when they talk about jihad al-talab, when Muslims go out, then there's an issue of should they go, they have to have the permission of the Amir. But here in Philistine, that's not the question at all. These are people who lost their home, they lost their land, they're defending themselves. So that shouldn't even be a religious issue. It's more of a political issue, I think, this decision. But there was another question here. Somebody's asking about you're the deputy head of the Palestine mission in Pakistan. Have you been able to meet with any of the leaders? Have they given you a chance? And what was their response when you asked for if you did meet with them?
I met with many of Pakistani leaders. Maybe we don't have open speech together, but I hear their statements front of me and my ambassador and my colleagues, and many of what is published in the media. Their opinion, it is all Pakistani leaders, all Pakistani political groups, all Pakistani governments, all Pakistani presidents have following until now the vision and principle of Qaid A'zam in supporting Palestinian people and all power they have between their hands. We appreciate their hard work, and we hope so they can use it strongly and wisely in putting the superpower countries which are blindly supporting Israelis. Pakistan, it is one of the major power in the region, one of the key of stability in the region. So I hope so they keep on this strong support to Palestine and Palestinian people and use their power, their diplomacy, their political relations, and putting the other powers who are supporting blind Israelis under pressure to end the occupation and this madness and this tragedy for the Palestinian people, and make them support our rights to have our own independent state with its capital. We have the right of return for Palestinian refugees to their homes. They are working hard. We appreciate their support and their work, and we ask from them as a dear brother and sister for more. And they are very generous when you are speaking about Palestine. And we are this generous of our Pakistani leaders and people make us looking and waiting for more and more support from their side.
Jazakallah khair. We're so honored
And
to
for
have you.
this, I only want to mention one word in Pakistani language, in Urdu, which I don't know it. I can't speak it. Sorry for that. That Pakistan's in the bad, Palestine's in the bad. One day soon, inshallah, we're going to be in Beit al-Muqaddas to pray together there as Pakistani and brothers and sisters and Palestinian brothers and sisters, hand by hand, shoulder by shoulder, foot by foot, to pray together, inshallah, in Aqsa Masjid is free. Very soon, inshallah, with your strong support.
Jazakallah khairan. Thank you. May Allah reward you, Mr. Nadir al-Turk. It was an honor to have you with us. May Allah bless you. May Allah protect you. May Allah protect the Palestinian people, the people of Gaza. May Allah help the aid to reach them. May Allah unite all the Muslims. May Allah unite all the different people of our ummah and under one banner of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. May Allah bring you safely. Inshallah, take care of you and your and the people, your family in Gaza. We heard that you have family there, so we're praying for them. Allah protect them. May Allah protect all of the people of Gaza. May Allah remove the harm of the enemies of Islam from them, and may Allah and give them their freedom, their basic rights. And may Allah remove the bad image of Islam and the bad image of the Palestinian people, the very noble people. May Allah honor the Muslims. Allah give izzah to Islam and the Muslims. May Allah give izzah to Islam and the Muslims. May Allah give izzah to Islam and the Muslims. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakallah khairan. So honored to have you.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thanks for your organizing this webinar, this Zoom meeting. I appreciate your support. I appreciate give me the opportunity and the honor to be among of you tonight. I'm so sorry again for make it late at night. Sorry for that, but I'm really have a full schedule. Thanks for understanding the cooperation with me that. And again, your support it is matter. You're raising your voice in favor of Palestine. It is matter and it is needed. And we are waiting for more from your side to be getting achieve our rights as Muslim Ummah to be having Aqsa Masjid free and safe and protected and secure between Muslim Ummah hands, between Palestinians' hands, to have the opportunity to pray together there, inshallah, very soon. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your raising your voice in favor of Palestine, in favor of Aqsa Masjid. We appreciate your support. It is, and we only share with you love and respect. Thanks a lot again and again.
Thank you, brother. And trust me when I speak on behalf of all of Pakistan and all of Muslims, our hearts are with you. Our hearts are with you. They have whatever they have of their support, but we have Allah, as the Prophet said.
Above the heart, we need your hands and your tunes to be with us too. Okay,
Inshallah,
not only the hearts. We need the hearts. When you are generous, we are asking for more. We need your hearts, minds, tunes, and hands to be with us too. Okay?
Yes, we all have a mission
hand by
now.
hand, build better future for our Muslim Ummah and for all of humanity, inshallah. Because as Muslim, we are the light of the world, and we need to achieve our rule to light the humanity future, inshallah, for the best for all human beings and all the nations.
Inshallah, we'll all be spokespeople for the people of Palestine and your cause. And inshallah, one day we'll pray behind you in Masjid Al-Aqsa, inshallah. You'll be our imam.
Inshallah. يرونها بعيدة ونراها قريبة وإنا لصادقون.
Inshallah, Sheikh. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallahu feekum.
جزاك الله خيرا.
لا إله إلا أنت
في
نستغفر
أمان الله.
الله.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. بارك الله فيكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم.
عليكم
جزاكم الله.
السلام في أمان الله. جزاكم الله خيرا. في أمان الله.
السلام عليكم. السلام ورحمة الله. عليكم السلام.
حبيبي